Hey up, it's Steve from that old Yorkshire Geek, and with lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of Star Wars news today. So we do them all in one episode. Yeah, what the heck. Right, because Star Wars Celebration has begun in London, down in that London today, and with lots of announcements on the first day. What they're going to do for the rest of the weekend, I've no idea. You know what? I'm going to say it. Even though it's Star Wars Celebration, like an official Lucasfilm Star Wars Disney event, I'm going to say take some of these announcements with a pinch of salt, because they've done them before, haven't they? Announcements at Star Wars Celebration, and nothing's ever come of it. So it's not set in stone. Nothing ever is these days. Anyway, so off we go. By the way, as usual, the links are in the description down below. And don't forget, like and subscribe, share the videos, drop a comment, hit the notification bell if you're subscribed already. I'm also on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. Links in the description for that as well. As the links to my two books, Silent Predator, short horror novella, Mercury Rapids, light-hearted sci-fi action adventure, Kindle and paperback, Amazon, blah, blah, blah. Just a bit of fun. I'm also on Rumble, did I say that? And Spotify and Amazon Music Podcasts and Google Podcasts. Did I say that before? I can't remember. I'm going to see now. I keep saying that. Right, so anyway, let's get the news up. This was from Variety. Daisy Ridley to reprise role as Rey in new Star Wars film. And there she is in The Rise of Palpatine. The Star Wars movie future just came into sharper focus. Daisy Ridley's Rey will be the central focus of the first Star Wars feature film since 2019's The Rise of Skywalker, Lucasfilm President Kathleen Kennedy announced at Star Wars Celebration in London on Friday, which is today. They've got this in early. I mean, it's only 1:30 in the afternoon as I record this. So they did do all this morning. They must have done. What they're going to do for the rest of the weekend, I've no idea. Charmin Obaid-Chinoy, Ms. Marvel, will direct from a script by Stephen Knight, Peaky Blinders. The film follows the events of Rise of Palpatine and will focus on Rey as she builds a new Jedi Order. The project marks several major milestones for the franchise. Obaid-Chinoy is the first woman and the first person of colour to direct a Star Wars movie, if it happens. They said that, didn't they, about, the first woman to direct a Star Wars movie, about Patty Jenkins, and that's not happening, is it? The Pakistani filmmaker won 2 Academy Awards for documentary short, in 2011 for Saving Face and in 2015 for A Girl in the River, The Price of Forgiveness, and she most recently directed 2 episodes of Ms. Marvel for Disney+, which I actually kind of liked Ms. Marvel, I must admit. It wasn't bad. But it could also be argued that Patty Jenkins has won Oscars before and her film never materialised. Getting to this point has been bumpier than successfully navigating an asteroid field for Lucasfilm. I think the odds of these films happening are approximately 3,720 to 1. Knight stepped in to write the film after the original screenwriters Damon Hack Lindelof, HBO's Watchmen, and Justin Brick Gibson, counterpart, nobody's ever heard of, really. You know, they say they have, but they haven't really. Left the project in February. The latest example of high-profile creatives departing a Star Wars feature project months or even years after their involvement was first reported. Here we go. In December 2020, Kennedy announced that Wonder Woman director Patty Jenkins would helm the first post-Rise of Palpatine, nearly said it, feature titled Star Wars Rogue Squadron. It was scheduled to open in December 2023, but after years of zero progress on the project, Disney pulled the film from its schedule in September, because Kathleen Kennedy doesn't know how to run a movie studio, it seems. In March, Variety reported that it was no longer in active development at Lucasfilm. A similar fate befell an untitled Star Wars movie to be produced by Kevin Feige, chief of Lucasfilm's corporate sibling Marvel Studios. News broke of Feige's involvement in September 2019, and the project appeared to be active as recently as May 2022, but sources told Variety that Lucasfilm had since shelved the project and it was no longer in active development. Taika Waititi, Thor Ragnarok, and Love and Thunder, is also developing a Star Wars feature in which he would direct and star, but he said he doesn't even know what it's about. They haven't even written it yet. It's not going to happen. And Sean Levy is still attached to direct a Star Wars movie following his work on Marvel's Deadpool 3 and the Netflix limited series All the Light We Cannot See. I've never heard of that. So there we go. Oh, that's it for Variety. So that's the first bit of news. Daisy Ridley is going to be in a new film following on from The Rise of Palpatine. But here we go. Here we are with Entertainment Weekly. Why am I down there? Is it Entertainment Weekly? EW. I presume it's weekly. Anyway, Star Wars gets 3 new movies. Daisy Ridley's Rey to return as Jedi Master. The news was unveiled during the Star Wars Celebration fan event. So this is literally hot off the presses because it's today. Star Wars is ready to explore new corners of the galaxy at Friday's massive Star Wars Celebration panel. Massive! Lucasfilm unveiled plans for new Star Wars movies, including one that broke the audience's brains. Daisy Ridley's Rey will return for one of these films, set after the events of 2019's The Rise of Palpatine. Filmmaker Charmin Obaid-Chinoy, Ms. Marvel. By the way, I always thought that were a bloke. I always thought it were a fella, a man. I don't know why, but it's not. Anyway, will direct Ridley. Maybe I saw a mislabeled photo or something. I don't know. Or maybe I don't know. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. I haven't seen a picture of the Ms. Chinoy. Will direct Ridley, whose character will come back to the big screen now as a Jedi Master in a film set 15 years after the events of Rise of Palpatine. It'll be set in a Jedi Academy with a power Jedi Master. A power... Obaid-Chinoy said on stage, referring to Rey, whose mission will be to rebuild the Jedi Order. Oh, here we go. There's an image of the people. Let's have a look. This is... a tweet. Daisy Ridley returns to the stage and surprises fans at Star Wars Celebration. I bet they went mental. Because they do. They could hold up a tin of Spam with Star Wars written on it in Sharpie and they'd go mental, wouldn't they? Along with director Charmin Obaid-Chinoy with exciting news about their upcoming Star Wars film. Let's have a closer look at this picture, see if we can click on it, see if it's working. It takes me there. Let's have another look. Does that make it? Yeah, that makes it a bit bigger, doesn't it? So we got, is that Kathleen Kennedy? Yes, it is. Who are all these behind? Is that just a picture? I think it is, isn't it? Don't know who that is. We've got R2. That's Dave Filoni, that, isn't it? There's Daisy Ridley. And I presume that's Ms. Chinoy. I presume. But I don't know who he is. Does it say? No, it doesn't say. It's not James Mangold, is it? I don't know, because I don't know what he looks like. I've probably seen images of him, but... yes, I think it is, because they've announced films. Spoilers, I think, what's coming up. With Dave Filoni, James Mangold, and her, Ms. Chinoy. Yes, so, anyway, so let's move on. Where were we? There's a bit of a video, but we won't watch that. Oh, let's listen. Let's listen to the crowd go mental. Didn't last long though, did it? It soon went down, didn't it? It soon went down. That buffering. A lot of people must be watching that. Right, Ridley herself made a surprise appearance for the big news on Friday. Two of the Star Wars films were announced from directors The Mandalorian. From directors, The Mandalorian executive... I don't bloody know. Were announced from... Get rid of that bit. Get rid of that word. From The Mandalorian executive producer Dave Filoni and Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny helmet James Mangold. There we go. Mangold's film will tell the story of the first Jedi to ever wield the Force. Oh, right. While Filoni's movie will be set in the New Republic timeline of Star Wars, which is obviously why he's doing The Mandalorian, because that's set in that timeline, isn't it? I'm just excited to make a movie, exclaimed Filoni, who's been busy crafting the Star Wars slate of live-action TV shows. Technically, he's already done a film, hasn't he? I think. Want the Clone Wars animated, movie that was released theatrically? Didn't he direct that? I think he did. I could be wrong, but I think he directed that. Anyway. Since the ill-received Rise of Palpatine, I mean, it is terrible, isn't it? But I did quite enjoy it because it was just so stupid and ludicrous. It's a comedy. It's a science fiction comedy. It is mental. But it is a terrible film. But it's one of I'm going to argue it is so bad it's good. It's one of those sort of films. Anyway, Lucasfilm has largely focused its attention on TV, releasing Disney Plus series like The Mandalorian, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Andor, and The Book of Boba Fett. Out of those 4, I think only 2 are any good. I mean, Andor was really good. The Mandalorian is okay. It's okay. Don't take it seriously. But Obi-Wan Kenobi and The Book of Boba Fett were bloody awful. There are multiple other shows in the works, including the upcoming Ahsoka, which I think we're going to see a trailer to, or we might have a trailer for. Skeleton Crew, there might be something for that. And The Acolyte, which apparently is going to be made. We will see. But even as the galaxies continue to expand on Disney+, things have been surprisingly quiet on the film side. After Rise of Palpatine, Lucasfilm announced plans for several theatrical films, but many of those have since been cancelled. As I said, in December 2020, Wonder Woman director Patty Jenkins signed on to develop a Rogue Squadron movie centering on a group of high-flying pilots. I bet Wedge in there. Well, it's not, is it? It's not going to get made, is it? But that film has since been put on the back burner, i.e. it's not going to happen. Meanwhile, Marvel Studios mastermind Kevin Feige was also working on the Star Wars movie pitch, as were Game of Thrones showrunners D.B. Weiss and David Benioff, but those projects have since been cancelled too. There's been loads, isn't there? There's been loads. I mean, Josh Trank was supposed to do a Boba Fett movie. I think James Mangold was supposed to do a Boba Fett movie, wasn't they? And they never happened. As for Rian Johnson, the Last Jedi director... I should have got fleas. Oh, never mind. As for Rian Johnson, the Last Jedi director has said many times that he still hopes to return to the Star Wars galaxy and make his planned film trilogy. This is mental. Which was first announced in 2017, but that project has yet to move forward, and Johnson is currently busy with the Knives Out films and his Peacock show Poker Face. It's not going to happen. It's not happening. Is that it? Yeah, that's it for that one. Right, what's next? Moving on to, that's what I've just seen, and I've just looked at that. Here we go. The Hollywood Reporter, with The Acolyte. The Acolyte, first teaser for Star Wars live-action series, unveiled at Celebration event. The Disney Plus series, set before the prequels and featuring plenty of lightsaber action, stars Amanda Stenberg, Daphne Keane, Jodie Turner-Smith, and Lee Jung-jae. Apologies for mispronouncing that. There's Ms. Headland, and I presume that's Lee Jung-jae, and is that Amanda Headland? Probably, I don't know. The Acolyte became the first new Star Wars project presented at Star Wars Celebration event in London on Friday. The creative team behind the live-action Disney Plus series that's still being shot in the British capital and due to stream globally in 2024 came to the stage to offer details of what was coming, with the crowd at London's Excel Arena also shown a new logo for the show and a teaser trailer. I don't know if any of these are on YouTube yet. They'll appear, I imagine, at some point. Speaking on stage, show creator Leslie Headland, spelled that wrong, never mind, said that she had originally pitched the series to Lucasfilm boss Kathleen Kennedy as Frozen meets Kill Bill. Unbelievable. And said The Acolyte was set before the prequels in a time when the bad guys are outnumbered. They are the underdogs. Well, bad guys usually are outnumbered. There's usually more good guys than bad guys, isn't there? You know, really. Anyway. Even in the Empire, you know, most of the people in the Empire were good people, weren't they? But just, you know, the Imperial officers and stormtroopers themselves were the bad guys. But anyway, waffling. Also on the stage were cast members Amanda Stenberg, Daphne Keane, Jodie Turner-Smith, Carrie-Anne Moss, Squid Game star Lee Jung-jae, and Jonas Suoto, who played Chewbacca in recent Star Wars movies, this time playing a Wookiee Jedi Master, a new original character. Exact plot details are yet to be revealed, but the footage showed a class of young students in a Jedi temple, a scene in which Moss fights Stenberg, a golden lightsaber, and an unshot of a group of Jedis brandishing their lightsabers. This isn't about good or bad, it's about power and who is allowed to use it. Who says that? I have no idea, but somebody says that. It's a quote, but I don't know who from. Right, that's that one. If you believe Cameron Pasha, it's not, you know, it may not happen. They've been given money to film like a test reel, what they call it, a sizzle reel, for producers, for executives at Disney, but that's all. Maybe that's been done and been successful and they're being given the go-ahead. I don't know. But as I said, just because something's announced at Star Wars Celebration doesn't mean it's going to happen. Right. And finally, Star Wars Dave Filoni directing New Republic movie. I'm going to have to move this, aren't I? There we go. There we go. Dave Filoni is getting a promotion. The long-time Star Wars talent has been working with Lucasfilm since 2008 when he directed, the Star Wars Clone Wars animated film. There. And subsequently served as the supervising director on the Star Wars Clone Wars cartoon series. The cowboy hat-wearing producer and obsessed with wolves for some reason would leap to live action, but my brother loves tigers. I've no idea why, he just does. Would leap to live action in fall 2019, working with director and SpongeBob. He loves SpongeBob as well. Working with director Jon Favreau to create The Mandalorian, a series he would also... By the way, he's older than me. A series he would also direct episodes for. Filoni's fingerprints have been all over the streaming side of the galaxy, far, far away, ever since. Oh, I've got a drink for my drinking game. Anyway, as he helped bring both the Book of Boba Fett and the upcoming Ahsoka to life. Well, the Book of Boba Fett, it wasn't really a worthy notch, was it, on your resume. Now Filoni is making his way to the big screen, as revealed at Star Wars Celebration this morning, no doubt. Filoni is set to helm a movie that will follow the escalating war between the Imperials and the fledgling New Republic. That culminates the Disney Plus shows. It's described as a cinematic event set during the Mandalorian timeline, which is what I just said earlier, didn't I? Here we go. 3 new Star Wars movies set in the past, present and future of the timeline will be directed by James Mangold, Dave Filoni and Sharmeen Obaid-Chinoy. And here we go, we've got this here. So let's click on this and see if we can make it bigger so we can read what it says. Right. Here we go. So what we've got here... what does that say? I can't even bloody read that. Something of the Jedi. Oh, Dawn of the Jedi. My eyes are terrible. I'm due to go for an eye test soon. I think I am anyway. So get some new glasses. These are bloody awful, these ones. I don't know. I take them back. I do. I go back to the opticians. Sorry, I'm going off on a tangent. I go back to the opticians, and what they do, they just take them off and they put them in that little heater thing, don't they, and they adjust them, and then put them back on. They say, oh, see how you go, and send me on my way. And they don't make any difference. So I just walk around bumping into things. Anyway, right, Dawn of the Jedi, The Old Republic, The High Republic. So they're not film titles, are they? It's just a timeline, isn't it? Fall of the Jedi. What does that say? Something of the Empire. Is it right? Reign of the Empire. Age of Rebellion. The New Republic. Rise of the First Order. New Jedi Order. Oh, so it's not film titles. It's just a timeline, isn't it? That's all they could do. Wow. Right. Big deal. This project is a long time coming for Filoni. As mentioned, he has been officially intertwined in the Star Wars DNA for well over a decade. But Filoni himself is a lifelong fan of the franchise. Even when he was not specifically working on a Star Wars movie or series, Filoni was still making an effort to learn from their productions. Earlier this year, Filoni revealed that he had shadowed director Rian Johnson while he was making Star Wars The Last Jedi. Well, I'm sure he could get some good filmmaking tips, just not writing tips, because bloody Rian Johnson can't write for toffee, but he's a decent filmmaker. He knows where to point his cameras and things look nice in his efforts. Just his films are not very good, in my opinion. As I said in another video, I did check his catalogue. I've not seen Knives Out, so I can't comment on that. I'm sure it looks nice, but I wasn't impressed by Brick. I wasn't really impressed by Looper, and I didn't like the episodes of Breaking Bad that he did, particularly the Fly one, which I hated. I thought it was pretentious shite. Lucasfilm President Kathleen Kennedy and I talked from the very beginning of her coming into Lucasfilm about whether there would be opportunities for me to experiment with live action or try it, Filoni said, and she really worked at coming up with a plan to educate me and get me involved. I visited J.J. Abrams on The Force Awakens, I visited Gareth Edwards on Rogue One, and I visited Rian on The Last Jedi. Rian was the one who shoved me up front, sticking lenses in my hand and really getting me immersed in it, and so I still talk with him to this day. He's obviously a very talented filmmaker, and I was just very fortunate to be in such an environment where I could sit and listen and learn. Filoni's Star Wars movie is currently without a release date. He has a busy rest of 2023, as after The Mandalorian wraps up this month, Filoni's Ahsoka premieres on Disney Plus in August. So there we go. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it for the moment. I think there's been an Ahsoka trailer announced or shown at Star Wars Celebration, but I don't know if it's on YouTube yet. It probably won't be. Maybe probably tomorrow, I should imagine. I could be wrong. But that's about it for now. If there's any other news pops up, I will report on it, obviously. So, let's get rid of that. Thanks for watching. By the way, as I said, but just because it's announced at Star Wars Celebration doesn't mean it's going to happen. Even if it started filming, it doesn't mean it's going to happen. I mean, look what happened with Solo. That was like 80% filmed and got scrapped and redone. A lot of it. I'm sure some stuff got carried over from the old directors to Ron Howard. But nothing's ever certain in Hollywood, even if it gets announced officially. So anyway, thanks for watching. Wherever you are, look after each other, and until next time, I'll see thee.